We'll see. It's got to autofocus. Hello, Star Wars players, if you can hear me. This is Jerry, Queso Sauce. We are getting ready for our 7th game.
Chris closest to us.
Okay, top player will be Chris Kelly. We're going to have Chris Kelly versus Bastian. Winkelhaus. If you guys want more light, we can uncover the lights. So he's complaining that it's too dark out there. Bastian is.
I just want to see if it even affects the glare.
It doesn't really change the glare, Jan. It's about the same glare spot. It really is. It doesn't.
Did it make it any better or worse when I pulled the thing off? Like, could you see him before?
Not really. Not in that particular spot.
Okay.
They're just complaining. It's because we're losing the natural light, so it's getting really dark over there.
I don't know how everything, but we gotta try to find a way to get glare.
We have a repair situation, so there was
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Keep us posted.
drop that didn't get reported to Kim, so we're gonna have to.
All right. Is it?
If they're dropping, they probably won't affect the top tables, but we'll see. So we might have a potential repair
All right,
here,
hey,
ladies
Star
and
Wars
gentlemen.
players, if you're out there and you can hear us, we're about to get ready with Game 7.
I may be able to help you with glare. Let me see if I can create some light.
Cool.
I mean, I don't know what's
lights.
causing the glare to
Okay.
begin with.
Yeah, he
So.
has little portable lights that we can do some different situations with.
Tell me what it looks like. That's all.
Still can't see Tatooine.
A little bit. So, I mean, like, if you see from our point of view, like, the Tatooine system that he's playing is basically just a white card,
Yeah, I see that.
you know? And
I'll
we had, like, pieces of paper covering it up, and it diffused it a little bit, but then now they can't really see very well.
But if you put it back up, I can probably leave this up. There. And
All right.
Maybe for next game or tomorrow or something.
Yeah, maybe for tomorrow.
Play around with
I don't
it.
want to fuck around with. All right. Stop recording this. I don't need to see or have a recording of Bastian eating his salad.
Yeah, that's a nice looking Cobb salad, though, huh? I think it was a Cobb salad.
Looks like it.
Well, that dressing looks a bit like Caesar's, so I'm a little confused now. But the corn just screams Cobb. So, while we're waiting for the game to start, we're just gonna keep discussing Bastian's salad, and whether or not it is Cobb or what variety.
He knows he can beat the salad.
He knows he can beat the salad?
Yeah, that lettuce always just wilts under pressure.
Yeah, if you guys want to try and just use it later.
Yeah, we'll
are
play
you here
around after
tomorrow,
these
or-
guys are done.
Yeah, we can maybe fuss around with it tomorrow.
Jerry,
Me? Why?
All right, so it sounds like we're getting some repair action going on here. It's hard to say. I'm a little out of the loop. Oh, it's partially Jared's fault. He's the one who.
I dropped, and they dropped both Jareds.
Oh, they dropped both of them. The other Jared's like, Who's my opponent?
Well, I walk in the room and she's like, it's Chris Kelly's fault. He told me Jared dropped. He didn't. I'm like, it's that fucking
Yeah, but back to that salad, man. That cheese. You think was that Parmesan? Some shredded or shaved Parmesan? I'm still speculating.
eating a whole.
Yeah, I don't have much else.
Oh, you're looking at it. I thought you were talking about yours.
No, I don't have a salad. Was that corn or was it like little bits of egg? I'm still going with the Cobb salad, but it could just be.
No, you just shredded cheese, right?
Yeah, shredded cheese, corn, I think, some croutons. Yeah, this matchup against the salad is looking pretty one-sided here, ladies and gentlemen.
Salad sucks.
Salad, it's half of its life force is depleted. And
All
it's
right,
not
so
showing any
Chris
signs
Kelly
of
got
coming
bumped
back.
from feature match, and we're gonna have Matt Sokol instead. So we got ourselves a guy
There you go.
who's a former world champ,
Champion, ladies and gentlemen.
two former world champs.
There you go. Yeah, right, Bastian. Also a former champion.
All right.
Champions.
So hey guys, we are changing from Chris Kelly to Matt Sokol.
And in the meantime, Bastian is about to totally deplete the life force of that salad.
These players are both 4-2, so this will be a key game for them. Sokol looks like he is playing agents, of course.
Agents first, watch your step, though. That's a matchup
We haven't seen this. We haven't seen a single step deck. So yeah, that's why I picked Bastian. I wanted another European player, and I wanted another light side deck. We are recording now. We are live. So yeah, we're good. All right. So yeah. Hey everybody. So this is game 7. Yeah, you should. So, sorry about the weirdo. We had a second there where it was going to be Chris Kelly versus Bastian, but now it's going to be Matt Sokol versus Bastian due to a repair situation because someone dropped and the pairings.
Actually, what happened is I think they told Kim that Jared dropped, and somehow both Jareds got dropped instead of just Jared.
Instead of just Jared Consker, the Jared Napoleano got cut too. Okay.
There was some kind of.
There was a weird situation there. All right, thanks for the compliments on the salad broadcast. Yeah, I have a feeling these guys are going to play fast.
I think conventional wisdom is that Agents is pretty heavily favored to win this matchup.
Okay. Is there a particular theater where they would be more, I guess, the ground theater probably?
Definitely, they kind of just own the ground from. I guess watch your step has some counterplay. They got
So, hey, another starting effect different for AOBS Day. That one's something special planned for them to go along with.
That was one I was starting for a while, just because, like I said, watch it doesn't need the effects. So it's
Yeah,
like, oh,
might as well
it's
run
not
another
just
grabber.
Anyways, let's just start it.
So we've had 4 different AOBS decks.
It takes away the
Yeah.
play of, before you activate a force, I'm going to get my leadership off.
Mhm.
Nope.
Nope.
It's going right on my grounder.
So we have 4 different AOBS decks today and 4 different cards used in that starting effect slot. So that's pretty cool. Even with the same deck 4 times, we have had.
A handful of characters. Look at that.
That is all characters.
Characters.
Thanks for showing us that hand, Bastian. That was 8 cards, 8-card hand, all characters.
Really good.
All characters.
Since he starts squadron assignments, he can get the ships.
He can get any ship he wants, basically.
He just needs some tricks and interrupts which he can draw into.
So Matt pulled his Shizor's Bounty with his Fanfare Shield, and then Accelerate for the bridge. Where is it? I don't think it would be in. Does
That's
it?
the Shizor's Bounty, I think.
I think it's the Shizor's Bounty, yeah. Grabber Shield.
2 grabbers in play.
Yeah, he's already got 2 grabbers with the starting something special planned for them.
Activating 6 on his first turn.
Yep.
We'll see what he wants to do it on. I'm sure we'll see a sight pull with shadows.
Good call. So he's going to go for the 2-0.
Square. Let's see if Bastian wants to put out the Professor. Goldenrod. Call him the Professor.
It used to be called the
It was
Professor.
called that at one point. And
Yeah.
apparently it still is in my mind.
Well, that's the card that it goes on, right? Is the Professor?
Right. It used to be a half slip.
Yeah.
That one was an effect. After an effect, it
And then they had to change it because they needed to make it a Destiny 0 because there was a way to get defensive shields into your reserve deck, and you wouldn't want to be able to draw that as Destiny.
Is there really a way to get defensive shields into your reserve deck?
You were muted.
Oh shit, was I
there
muted the
used
whole
to be-
time? Damn.
They used to be back in Legacy. You could get. Thanks, Jeremy. I think you should.
Yeah, sorry, I'm here too. I guess I was muted this whole time though. Anyways,
All right, so yeah, this is Game 7. Both these players are 4-2, so the player who doesn't win this one would probably have a hard time making the
yeah,
top
he's
8.
likely going to be eliminated from contention to make the finals.
We have 2 former world champs playing against each other. Also, and I believe Matt Sokol has kind of said that this event will be his kind of last hurrah for a little while.
Yeah, he did make a post to that effect.
So, got to get him on stream for his last event. He's been
Yeah, we'll see how bad he wants to go out on top.
right. Plus, this is in his hometown. He doesn't
Yeah,
have to
he's-
travel for this. He has home bed advantage for this tournament. Like,
Yeah,
mean,
don't even
that's-
need a hotel room. I can just drive 5 minutes and go sleep in my own bed.
so, looks like he's just gonna put Emperor out, and
Yeah, that's interesting.
there was
Doesn't even-
no Goldenrod shield from.
Yeah,
Bastion.
I mean that's not surprising.
Yeah.
Maybe Throne Room would want to do it because they're trying to choke you a little more, but Watch Your Step I don't think cares that much.
Right.
Oh, he does move Shizor
And
out,
he does move Shizor out
which
to flip. Puts on a lot of early pressure.
yeah, I like the play generally. I mean,
Maybe
Watch Your
let's
Step. The only thing Watch Your Step's going to do is throw Luke at you. Probably the only thing that's really going to threaten you is Luke or
Right.
maybe an Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan.
But he's just going to kill Shizor at worst. So it's a pretty safe play, and then especially if you got the, I mean, we know he has the Shizor's Bounty in hand. Watch Your Step is a deck that tends to run control tunnel vision, though, so Shizor's Bounty might not be the safest
Might
thing.
not be as good as
Of
the
course,
normal
we
is.
know that Bastion's hand is nothing but
characters.
characters.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So Bastion diving right into his reserve deck in the deploy phase here, probably going for Kessel or Corellia.
See that.
There's the
Kessel.
Kessel. We see he's got the JCC in his reserve deck to bolster his activation a bit, but we've also seen that site become a liability,
Yeah.
particularly against Agents of the Black Sun, where you're just playing 3 icons directly to the planet they're playing on.
Yeah. Seems like most the planet that I've seen the most sites deployed to in all the games today has been Coruscant.
Yeah, back in the day, I don't think there even existed this many sites for
Nope.
Coruscant. It was like the docking bay and the city and the square, and that was about it.
Yep.
Sure, I'm not muting myself again.
Yeah, I think probably just like stepped
Although
on.
some of our audience might be thanking me for muting myself.
Oh, he's going with the Luke, so he's
Yeah,
gonna
there you
flip him
go.
back. He's gonna play the Shizor's Bounty,
Yep.
and we know that Bastion doesn't
Yeah,
have
Bastion
control.
taking a pretty aggressive line here.
He's gonna search for the lightsaber, which we are pretty sure we saw in there that first time.
Yeah, I
Otherwise
mean he's
don't
already
think he
he's
would.
already checked his reserve deck. He wouldn't search if he didn't know he was gonna find it. Interesting that he plays right into the bounty. I mean, maybe he figures get it out of the way early, and he's planning on having a more aggressive game of coming after Shizor a bunch.
So the bounty doesn't prevent movement; it only prevents battling.
Yes, that's correct. The neat trick is, though, if they do move away, in your control phase, you can move your bounty hunters to follow them with the objectives text.
Yeah, the objective says you can move towards a location with a bounty during
In
your
the control phase, your bounty hunters can.
with a bounty hunter, but he doesn't have any bounty.
Yeah, and
hunters
that's
out.
and the neat thing is that's also part of the remainder of game clause of the front side of the objective. So
You can
even
set
if you're
even when you're
flipped, you can
flipped.
do that,
Nice.
but not relevant in this particular situation.
Yeah, there's no bounty hunters out yet, but it could be relevant later on.
Yeah, if Bastion keeps running away, but I have a feeling, just given the tone of his first turn, he wants Shizor dead. But that's a tough thing for Watch Your Step deck to do.
Especially as we know he doesn't have a lot of battley interrupts in his
Yeah.
hand. If Matt is able to come and counterattack that Luke, that could be pretty bad for the light side player. So we'll see what the dark side has in store here.
The dark side.
Something dark side.
All right, looks like Bastian's diving into the. I'm sorry, Matt is diving into the reserve deck for another Coruscant site via
Get
Shadows.
the Cheeseworth Palace sites going.
Or rather, with Shizo's Palace, he's searching because he didn't spend a force,
Right.
and there's nothing worth pulling.
Okay. So you got the other. I think that's the other exterior site.
Right, it would have to be. There's pretty specific. They must go in the same order every time. I'm pretty sure.
I think that the two Cheeseworth Palace sites are interchangeable. The sewer, since it's interior, and
Well, no, I think because it's the palace, it has to be the
Oh, yeah,
outermost
yeah.
one.
Yeah, yeah.
Kind of like Jabba's palace. And yeah, as you said, the sewer has to be the.
And that's U3PO. Common theme in the Ages.
Yeah,
of
we've
X
been seeing
today.
a lot of him today.
Yep. So now we'll see if Bastian can come up with the undercover spy solution. So for Watch Your Step, your options are a little bit more limited because you have a hard time playing core and horn.
They do have Les
Yeah.
Lomi, though,
Lesomi,
who has that same text.
or is it Elors who has the same text? One or the other. One of those two.
Yeah, it's
Duros.
Elros, I think. Yeah, one of the blue guys.
And you also can play Sorry About the Mess, or you
Yeah,
can
sorry
play
about the mess is always an option, which I'm sure.
Lisa.
Sure,
I
Bastian's
guess
running.
we have Gungan, so yeah, Lisa's not an option.
So Vigo and Emperor.
So now he's got his battleground pretty well stacked. Luke is in the sewer. Okay. What's he doing in there?
He's infiltrating Shizar's palace.
Oh yeah, I remember that book.
Did you ever play the video game?
The N64 one?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
that was a
pretty
good game.
Well, you have to play as Dash Rendar.
Yeah, you're Dash Rendar as the character. And there was a disruptor pistol was a weapon in that game. It was very strong, and Harpster was playing a disruptor pistol in his agent's deck the other day, and I said, "Oh, are you doing that for thematics?" But I don't think he got it. He obviously didn't play Nintendo 64.
So that's a shame. Alright, so now let's see what Bastian has in store this turn. He's probably checking for Kessel Corellia.
Yeah, it looks like he
Put it back with the Luke
put
card.
the Kessel back on top of his force pile with the Luke card, then spent that force
On the move.
to move Luke over. So effectively, just kind of getting a free force there since he can pull it right back out again.
I see some ships in there. I saw the Falcon. I saw the Pulsar Skate.
Yeah, I know
I
he's
don't know
got.
if
He's
I
got.
saw the Outrider.
I think Dash is the one of the characters he has in his hand. I haven't seen all the
Yeah, I was
characters.
just looking to see if Dash could match up with his ship, and I see the Falcon, and I'm pretty sure I saw the Pulsar Skate. Or I saw one other shot. I saw two ships in there for sure.
Yeah, definitely the Falcon.
Falcon is definitely one of them.
He's got Mirax and Han. Looks like he's got all his
And
pilots in his
Lando.
hand.
There's
Yeah,
Mirax,
there's Mirax.
squadron assignments, so.
She'll likely be going to Tatooine.
Yep.
Just get that cycling going with her ability. It's pretty handy for throwing back your extra copies of Luke and
And
Your
before you flip,
JCC
you can throw your
pullers
Kessel
and-
back too, and just keep pulling that every turn.
Well, speaking of the JCC puller, we haven't seen Bastian play that yet.
Nope, he doesn't have
And
it.
of course, we know he doesn't have it.
He has one red card in his hand.
So I don't think Kessel's coming out this turn, so we're probably going to see him throw that back to the Luke effect or from Mirax's text again,
Mirax,
just
yeah.
to gain a little small amount more card advantage.
He's got to find a solution for that U3PO.
Yeah, it seems like it might be a pain in his butt for a little while.
Yeah.
As we said, he does have answers. I saw Sorry About the Mess, and he's also got Les Lomi or Elors, whichever one we decided it was. Mirax is into a red card. I can't quite make it out with his thumb over the picture.
Looks like he paid 3/4. Lando going to the cantina.
That'll flip his objective.
That will flip. And now he limits generation at the system and
Right.
the square.
And the square. And I think that card that he just picked up with Mirax is a Blast the
the
Door
Door
Kid.
Kid.
So that'll protect Lando from potential beatdown, just exclude him from the battle. Of course, that card is counterable by
Blast
a
Door
number of things.
Controls,
Blast Door Controls and
Sense.
Sense foremost. I think Sense will be the counter we see, if any.
But so he's now flipped with Watch Your Steps, so Sense
Yeah.
is out of the.
Oh,
the-
right.
Yeah,
My
Sense
mistake.
and
Yeah,
Alter are
correct
gone.
Mundo, man. Sense is no longer an option until we
I mean,
get him off 2 battlegrounds first.
that is one good part about Watch Your Step against this deck, is the senses become almost useless cards once you flip.
Yeah, and as I said in one of the earlier streams, the number of senses agents is running is pretty
high.
questionable. I mean,
I've seen
at least a
some
lot
with
of variance.
4,
Yeah,
I've
exactly.
seen
Some
some with
people are
2.
say you should run 4 or 5. Some people say you should only run 2 or 3. So it's kind of a guessing game how many senses they've got. Can make it tough, but not with Watch Your Step. You don't really care how many senses they have.
Using the Emperor to search for.
Yep, he pointed at him, so he's using that to check his deck. Doesn't find one.
We'll see how he responds to this pretty aggressive turn by Bastian by putting. He's setting up a Drain of 2 at the Cantina.
Okay, is that an Endor system?
It does kind of look like
That was Endor, I'm almost certain. That's an interesting choice for Sokol to run that. I mean, it's a great system.
I've seen some AOBS run like a Carida or.
Yeah, usually they run
with mod
Kifix
points
or something
yeah.
closer to Coruscant so you can get between the
Yeah.
two. But Endor is just an excellent
It's the
system.
best dark side system.
It's
in the game.
probably the best system in the game. Except for maybe like Malastare after you've already won a pod race.
Two condition. Kraken's Bounty going on the Emperor. We've seen that before.
Yep.
In every game, I believe, today.
At least every agent's game. Yeah, it's funny. They're just running this Destiny 5 effect just to search their force pile.
It's just another copy of a card that you already need.
Yeah.
And it's Destiny 5, so.
What's interesting to me is we've seen a lot more of that than we have force push, and you would think you would see more force push. I know it's got the cost of putting cards back,
But there's no
it's also
condition
got
of putting it on a leader.
yeah, you don't have to have Emperor on table to do
Alright,
it.
so he's got Duro. He's going to use Duro to pull a droid. And that droid's going to be IG-88.
But it's also got that really sweet exclude text, which you can use on the Emperor to either save his ass or sometimes even set up a really good beatdown.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Duro uploads Iggy, or
He's got-
downloads Iggy.
What is that firepower that he pulled?
Yeah,
As a defensive
stop
shield?
him from
In case
dodging
he wants to
away or...
exclude.
No, the dark side one causes damage for moving away.
Oh, right.
So he's playing around dodge or
We know.
or narrow escape.
We know Bastion has the Blastador Kid.
Yeah, that was Blast the Door Kid, right? Not narrow escape.
Program Trap is on Luke.
Oh snap!
Or not on Luke, on U3PO, which is
yeah.
at Luke's site.
So I think we're gonna see the battle's gonna get canceled probably.
I'm guessing this battle will be canceled.
But yeah, I think Matt Sokol is thinking initiate battle, and hey, if anybody flips a 2, that takes care of this Luke problem.
Right?
That'll flip him right back over.
Yeah, we see the Program Trap. Thanks, Jeremy. No, they're tracking us for Bastion. They're tracking us. Just cancels Program Trap.
Yeah, I mean, what we saw his opening hand didn't have any red cards.
Yeah.
He's drawn a few since then.
But yeah, so I imagine once the battle happens, we'll have Blastador Kid from the Cantina.
Yeah, I can't imagine this one's going through. I'm curious if Matt's going to add anybody else to that pile or just fight.
Looks like you've just initiated.
Because he doesn't even draw a Battle Destiny here.
That's true.
Because he's only got 2 ability, and IG-88 only adds if he's alone or with
a
another bounty hunter.
And Duro's not a bounty hunter. So yeah, I think he's just planning on, maybe he knows what that Destiny is. He knows he can capture Lando.
Yeah, he can capture him more. I mean, he's just got 6 power to his 3.
So yeah. Oh, he drew a 6 for Destiny. For the capture.
Capture Destiny, yeah. So he's taking Lando. Okay, interesting. Interesting.
But I mean, with Luke already committed over here, what is the light side player going to have to attack the Cantina with?
Yeah, Watch Your Step does not have a lot of good ground characters they can throw around outside
Chewie,
of
maybe?
Chewie and Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Jedi Jair spoiling our 15-second delay. The players are discussing something right now. I'm not quite sure what. Looks like we're still in Matt Sokol's battle phase, or his draw phase now. He's picking some cards up. Man, was that a Blizzard Walker in his hand? Oh, it can't be a Blizzard Walker. That doesn't make any sense. That would have been weird.
It's probably a spaceship of some kind. If it was a blue card. Alright, so now it's going to be Bastian's turn. He just got his Lando captured, but he does have a situation where he could battle in the Cantina and the dark side player wouldn't be able to draw Destiny. So maybe you come down with like Chewie and Han or something like that. Any two smugglers.
Or even just Chewie and sorry about the mess on
True.
On Egg, you get your Lando back.
And then you get 2 Destiny and you can destroy the Duro.
It's kind of a waste of your sorry about the mess probably when he's got an undercover spy with a program trap sitting in your face. But Sebastian
He's gonna
doing
grab
some
control
tunnel vision.
onto something special planned for them. I thought I saw him point at that, but maybe not.
Yeah, it's usually a good play to grab that, especially after they're flipped, because you don't want them just searching their force
Now
pile
he's
every
playing
turn.
to watch your step shield, so I guess maybe he isn't grabbing the.
You often do see players grab control tunnel vision against watch your step.
Because then they can't play it again.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
lost
exactly.
copy.
It's a very strong card to be able to keep playing. Anyways, we don't have any view of what Bastian's looking at here, but he's decided on a card. So I think Bastian probably needs to reinforce his space. Like Mirax is okay, but
there's things like
sitting by
Succus
her,
and
yeah,
his
sitting by
Hunter
herself
and-
like that, she's kind of asking for trouble.
Yeah, so he's got the Jedi Council Chamber puller. He's going to try to pull.
All right, so he is
the
putting
JCC.
that out.
So it goes at the end of the Coruscant sites.
Yep. If Shizor's palace is the Jabba's palace of Coruscant, then the JCC is the Cantina.
Wouldn't the nightclub be the Cantina?
If it existed.
I think the nightclub is still a card.
Is it a card?
Yeah, the nightclub
Oh.
is totally still a card.
Yeah.
Wouldn't the
How does that
JCC be
factor
more
into
like
the?
Obi-Wan's hut?
Well, I was just saying because the deployment thing, it has to go at one end, where the other thing has to go at the other end.
I don't know how Coruscant works. I don't know if it has a special rule.
But now you got me wondering too, because the nightclub is interior, and I have no idea where that goes in the deployment layout. Probably just wherever you want it to.
So yeah, we gotta see what Bastian's gonna do about space. I imagine he's probably gonna put like the Falcon with Han. I know he has Han in hand.
Or maybe he lets it ride for another turn.
It's
Because, I
obviously
mean,
this
committing,
turn.
one thing Watcher Step really doesn't want to do is commit their ships to the table when they're not battling, I find. Because if you've already got the Falcon and the Pulsar Skate and the Outrider down, and
And
your
they-
opponent's able to run away from you, you really have no way to play a ship and battle them because all your ships are in play.
Yeah. Plus he doesn't have any ships in hand or any like.
So I
all those
think
combos.
instead of another ship, we'll probably just see a pilot possibly hop onto the Skate just to get that second Destiny. And
So it wouldn't be Han in that case because he couldn't go there. So it would probably have to be.
But again, like I said, maybe he just lets it ride. Maybe he's holding the barrier.
He's
or
canceling
something.
program
There you go.
trap with that. They're tracking us.
Luke still is unable to drain, unfortunately, so.
She's got dash. He's gonna squadron assignment
Looking
dash.
for the Outrider. A little late to the party on that one, Jedi Jer.
Yeah, like so Jeremy is out sitting at the table, and so we can see things before we even see it because of the delay in the processing. So it's kind of silly. So you think he's going to go to Kessel this turn, or is he going to just hang out at Tatooine still?
Looks like he's just gonna stay at Tatooine.
Okay.
He does still have Kessel in his hand.
Because he could have moved him over for free with Tatooine's game text.
Right.
And just started setting up that drain. But if he's not ready to fight in space, that could be bad still. Because, I mean, even still with Mirax and Dash, he still does not get around Zuckuss and Mist Hunter.
Yeah, definitely not.
So he needs an ability for a pilot.
Although Zuckuss and Mist Hunter is gonna get smashed into the ground if he tries to
Right.
go with those two.
But at least, you're not getting your two destinies.
Yeah.
Or you are, but they're getting reset to 0. And that's not what you want.
Anyways, Bastian just checking his reserve deck there, probably with the Emperor. See what his destinies are looking like. I'm sorry, Matt. Yeah, I'm sorry. Bastion, on the other hand, just does a Mirax during Matt's turn. Keep cycling those cards. Man, I love Mirax. She's so good.
Yeah, Mirax
That
is my
cycle
favorite
text
Carillion,
is it's awful
for
fun.
sure.
Better than Baron Sunterfell.
Well, light side Carillion. How about that?
Better than Palejo Rashad.
Yes. Just a little bit better than Ahmad Rashad. Alright, we got a character from Dark Side coming down as Forlom and... Was it Boba Fett? That's our glare spot, so we can't really see what that card is. But maybe if we... maybe a P-59?
Jedi, just give it a few seconds and Jedi Jared will tell us what it is.
Yeah, Jeremy,
Could
you
be
can
Boba
tell us
Fett.
who there is there with Luke and Forlom.
Cad Bane.
Oh, he's a good one against Jedi.
Yeah, you can cancel Luke's text twice. I guess Cad Bane just cancels the immunity.
Cancels the immunity, yeah.
And Forlom can cancel the rest of his text.
If Forlom does it first, then there's nothing left for Cad Bane to
Take his
cancel.
powers away one by one. But he does need Forlom there in order to even use Cad Bane's text.
Right.
Or any bounty hunter.
Alright, so we imagine we might get a battle here to try to clear Luke, now that he's got Cad Bane and Forlom.
So there's the Blast the Door Kid.
He is at the sewer, so he
Yeah,
can play
present an interior site, so excludes
interior.
all leaders and characters of ability greater than 2.
and it can't be sensed because he's flipped with Watch Your Step, so safe there. But we'll see if Luke's gonna have to. He'll probably have to get creative. Maybe come at. I think he still has the Chewie in hand. Pretty sure.
Yeah, Bastion's got plenty of options. Alright.
Force drain.
We're still doing... Oh, the battle didn't go through. I think that was a Shadows ping is what that was.
Yeah, I saw a card get lost. And then I think now...
So it doesn't make any
Bastion
sense because
activated,
yeah, it's Bastion's turn.
right? Sorry about the mess on Cad Bane or on Forlom.
Forlom, I think. So that way he can
Still keep...
just smash Cad Bane in the face and not have his immunity canceled because there's no
Cad
other
Bane
bounty
was
hunters
still-
there.
Does Cad Bane only work with the bounty hunter?
He's got to be with
Okay.
a bounty hunter.
So that looks like it went through. Does Matt have enough to maybe react with a Greedo or something?
Matt's
If
light
Luke gets
side,
done?
so it need. Oh, he's dark. Sorry,
Yeah. If Matt is able to react with Greedo if Luke battles, that'll help Cad Bane.
Yeah. Greedo react would be pretty slick there.
Just trying to think of ways that. Forlom is toast. Yep, we've seen it. Sliced and diced. Chewbacca
He's going to the cantina though.
to the cantina. That's still that same scenario where it's
Yeah, he's
Iggy
still.
and
Yeah,
Rose, so
Matt's
no,
still not drawing a destiny over there.
no battle destiny.
Well, might be seeing a couple battles out of Bastian this turn.
Could be.
Man, is that Yachts? What's Yachts Orin doing over there?
Yeah, it's Orin's in his deck.
That's great.
It's a European tech. I've seen Emil play it in Watch Your Step also. Does he allow you to pull Underworld contacts also? I think that's what he does.
No, he's the vehicle guy. He pulls
He's the
like
vehicle guy.
mechanical failure or something.
Okay. Oh, mechanical failure. Maybe that's what it is.
Anyways,
He's a smuggler,
He's a smuggler, yeah.
so he can go in.
He's a pilot too, yeah. He's fine. He's just one of the weaker ones. You usually don't see him
Yeah.
too often. Anyways, Matt Sokol has just played an interrupt. It's right there in the glare on top of Cad Bane. Might be a cold feet. It's hard to say. Ellis, I think.
I'm guessing it's it's Ellis Howrott, yeah. Because he drew a 6.
Yeah, so he declined the transport. Ellis is lost.
That sucks. He drew a 6 for the Ellis.
Yep. Oh, yeah, this might get painful. That's
I mean, that seems to me like he probably doesn't have a
that's-
kick.
that's Elors, Maddock, and Theron Net joining Chewie in the cantina.
Okay.
Cantina text gives all light side aliens power +1 there. So Chewie and Elors are both
That's a
slightly
barrier
buffed. Yep, that is a
on-
barrier on Theron, presumably being the last character deployed. Although Bastian did kind of rapid fire those guys out.
Yeah.
Looks like the barrier is good.
Jeremy, which character was barriered? Was it Theranet or was it the other one? Who's the other character there? Kosomi or
It's Elors.
Elors? Yeah, was the barrier on Elors or the barrier on Theron?
It doesn't matter really.
Doesn't really
It's
matter. but-
two power difference, I think. 1 or 2 power. Yeah, I was on Theron. That's why I turned him sideways just there.
Okay. So he did still battle though, right?
Yeah, I think he hasn't spent the force yet, but he was pointing. These guys are very calculating and deliberate with their moves. Okay,
Yeah.
so there's the 1 force for a battle with
At
Luke.
Luke's site.
So this is Luke versus Cad Bane. Cad Bane cannot cancel Luke's immunity because there's no other bounty hunters there.
And he also doesn't. Does he draw Destiny on his own?
He does draw alone, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Dorsch. We are a lot better now. Come on.
Yeah, we've had some significant upgrades.
Don't
So
mess around.
Cad Bane is hit. Luke draws a 4 for Battle Destiny.
Which is a 5 because like my father.
Right. Bastian drew high. Oh no, he didn't. I thought Lucas went to the lost spot, but he didn't. I missed.
He just gicked it.
Yeah,
Sokol just gicks that battle.
yeah. He was probably looking at, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 overflow.
Now we're gonna see the other battle probably with Chewie,
Yeah, I'd be really surprised if Bastian doesn't initiate the cantina as well.
because I mean, he's got him in such a compromising spot here with.
Yeah, not being able to
Yeah,
draw
right,
Destiny. Yeah. And also he gets his Lando back if he successfully clears Iggy. It's like extra incentive.
He's
Yeah.
not battling though. We've been 6 overflow. Thanks, Jeremy. So no battle at the cantina.
Yeah,
That is
interesting.
a little strange.
Interesting. feel like I'm missing something.
Yeah. Maybe he's just worried about.
Oh, right, because he's got Iggy there. And so if he hits somebody, he sends them to the use pile, and then it's just one guy. So, yeah, that's a very good reason not to battle. Thank you. Thank you, Aaron. Don't know why I didn't think of that. So, yeah, that's a very good reason not to battle, because
Yeah.
since Theron was barriered, we'd only have 2 characters in the fight, and if one of them was removed by Iggy, then
Sure.
could
Yeah,
have
makes
gotten
sense.
real ugly.
That's why these guys were playing in Game 7, and we're just sitting here.
Yeah,
talking about
yeah,
Game 7.
exactly. Matt Sokol activates and checks his deck, and I heard Bastian say pure Sabak, so I think he's got a 5 and a 6 in there. Yeah, and Greedo is also another one. But Greedo's just ability 1, right? So it still wouldn't be enough to draw a Destiny. Anyways, we'll
But
see.
Greedo would be a bounty hunter with IG-88.
Oh, yeah, there you go. So that would add 1, yeah.
Yep. Guri. So limit destinies.
Yep, so...
But still, he doesn't have enough ability to draw Destiny there. Or a bounty hunter to add one with Iggy.
Yeah, I expect we'll see something come
Yeah.
down. Agents has enough characters. Even a Vigo would do the trick.
Even a Vigo would do the trick at this point, yes. Yeah, it would add 1 germs. I think we just figured that out ourselves.
And then also added to the fray,
Is that a Dengar?
he kind of just chucked him right into the blind spot. Crack
Oh,
Fett.
it's
Oh,
Boba Fett Bounty Hunter?
that's a big addition, yeah.
So there's 3 extra battle destinies now that there's a bounty hunter there.
Yeah, now we're looking at 4 Destiny for Matt.
And only 1. for
Yeah,
the
I
light side 'cause of Guri.
yeah, Bastion's adding 1 with his objective, but Guri is
Limiting.
she is quite the limiting reagent. Limiting Black Sun agent, as the case
Black
may
Sun
be.
reagent. So, battle from dark side.
Yeah, and he's still got the Iggy shot to potentially put somebody down in the use pile.
So, I mean, you obviously want to try
Yeah,
for
Chewie
first.
is the...
We're going to play Blast the Door
so-
Kid.
Oh. Oh.
Cancel the battle.
No, the battle's not canceled. It excludes all leaders and characters
Oh.
of ability greater than 2. So Boba Fett is excluded.
Boba Fett is excluded.
Theron, Net, Chewie, none of those guys are leaders. So I think it's just Boba Fett's the only one excluded.
And looks like Chewie just got sent used.
Yeah, I
by
think
Iggy.
Chewie got hit by Iggy. Boba Fett's excluded. So right now
So
we're
now
looking at...
It's Guri, Iggy, and Duro against Elors and
Yeah.
Theron. Ooh, he draws the 6 for Destiny.
Yeah, and Matt Sokol is actually back to drawing no destinies here since Fett got excluded.
Because, yeah, that was
That
a
was-
linchpin from 0
Yeah.
Destinies to 4.
Man, that was a pretty slick little blast
Pretty
the door
sweet
kid there.
Blast the Door Kid there for sure. And he's
Man,
gonna
yeah, if that
pay for
Guri
maintenance costs.
hadn't been there, that could have gotten real ugly for Matt.
Yeah.
That was like a Cad
Now
Bane or
Guri's
somebody
gone.
instead.
Now Guri's gone, so.
I'm just saying if it had been a character that was
Yeah.
excludable, like Cad Bane, like
Yeah.
it would have just been like Daro and
She
Iggy.
provided a bunch of power.
Would have gotten that
and
battle he
stuff,
was
yeah.
hoping to get last turn.
Yep.
And so ping drain a 1 from Bastion up at the Tatooine system.
Yep. Still that
To
U3PO
which
is holding
which Matt Sokol feels a very useless sense. Making a little more space on the table here, looks like. So we'll see how Bastion wants to navigate this turn.
Yeah, this will be interesting to see how he's gonna deal with that cantina now that Fett.
Yeah, now that Fett's back in the action.
'Cause now you're back to having 4 destinies. with those 3 cards.
Sniper would be pretty slick. Just pop him out in the control phase.
Sorry about the mess.
Yeah.
He did
that's
play
what I
one
said.
earlier, didn't he? So there should
I don't
be
think
one
we've
in-
seen one yet, have we? I don't think we've seen a Sorry About the Mess because he could use it to clear this undercover spy too.
Yeah.
I think it's probably a card he's been trying to find, but what do I know? So he's showing us Han. Oh, it is stacked. He grabbed it. You're right.
Yeah, because he used it earlier. There was 2 characters there, and then it was the Forlom that he.
Right, he messed the
Forlom
Forlom.
Campaign.
You are correct. Anyways, he showed us Han, but looks like he didn't find the Falcon.
That sucks.
Oh, he's got Moss Eisley in there. That's neat.
Oh yeah,
Potential Cantina shuffle.
I like the Cantina Shuffle. That's fun. No Falcon. So that's probably the last ship that he runs is the Falcon, since he already has that Rider in the.
Yeah, sometimes you see like a X-wing or the wild
Wild
card or
card.
something, but yeah, usually it's just those 3. Sebastian's still not really deciding on a course of action for this turn yet.
No, doesn't look like it. I mean, it's a tough turn.
Yeah, he's kind of in a. It's
I
not in
think
too
this
bad
is
of a
probably
spot.
the turn
but-
where maybe you want to start pushing the Kessel drain, or
Yeah, I was thinking maybe you should have started that earlier.
'Cause he
At
did
this
play
point, you might
Kessel-
not
or
even
that-
be
that's
playing.
Coruscant,
That's
okay.
Coruscant, yeah. Looks like he did a Mirax. Let's see what he could pick up off his deck. Maybe give him some more options.
he used one on. Yeah. Is that that system is the virtual one?
Yeah, that's the virtual Coruscant.
So, yeah, so we did have that one deck earlier that had the.
Sebastian's not deploying anything. His characters move out of the cantina. Luke moves over to the uplink station from the sewer, and U-3PO follows him. Unsurprisingly.
Yeah. Just kind of playing some roulette
And Bastian draws some cards.
Yeah, Sokol's gonna have to pay for his drains. He's gonna have to pay for his maintenance on his FET, and so we'll see what Sokol decides to do. Maybe get his Shadows of the Empire ping.
Yeah, he just
set
needs
up
one more
this turn.
location to start pinging. So, I mean, Bastion's looking pretty weak at the docking bay, so I think we'll see Matt probably attack him there, set up a ping with the Shadows, and keep the pressure up.
I wonder if Bastion runs anything like Fallen Portal for the docking bay.
That seems unlikely in Watch Your Step, but
Yeah.
I've been wrong many times before. It's just the one location it works at, so it doesn't really seem
Yeah.
terribly worth it. Unless you're talking like Watch Your Step Raiders.
Yeah, then
That's
you
a
have
whole
all the
different.
docking
That's a whole
bays.
different can of worms, though.
Yeah.
Bastion Miraxing in Matt's turn. Maybe trying to find an answer to that U-3PO or.
See, he's still at the Tatooine system would get messed up by a fully loaded Zuckuss in this time.
Although Elors is over at the docking bay. Elors is the one that would answer the U-3PO.
That's true, but he can't get over to.
Yeah.
He can't get over to Coruscant. Or is it Lasomi, the one that we?
No, I'm quite sure it's Elors.
Yeah.
Anyways, Matt Sokol's deploying to space, but he's deploying directly into our blind spot, so a little difficult to say what system he's even at.
Yeah, what system would that?
We saw Endor in his deck earlier, right? It could be that Endor system. So,
Jeremy, what system
yep.
is Zuckuss
And
at?
Jedi Jair says Zuckuss. I think it's Endor.
Oh, that's right,
Zuckuss.
we saw the Endor in
Yeah.
the deck, didn't we?
We did see that Endor, so I'm assuming that's what it is.
Zuckuss and Hinthra.
Okay. So 2 ships at what we think is Endor system.
Yeah, Jeremy. It's to Endor. Okay, thanks, Jeremy. So that's definitely different. In,
Yep, and that'll set up a Shadows ping.
Shadows being on that, but yeah, having another system and it being a drain 2 system that light side has to pay extra to deploy at. It's pretty good, especially with Zuckuss because you have to deploy a lot there to fight.
Yeah.
So
I mean, he did have the chorus and option available to him, so.
But you can just leave that as a non-battleground.
And he doesn't even, Matt doesn't even move over in front of the docking bay.
Nah. He wants to
So,
hold on to the drain 2 site.
so that lets Bastian get in some drains of 1 and 1.
Yep.
Maybe we'll see the Falcon come out this turn. We know he's still got Captain Han in his hand, but Matt Sokol knows this too, so I'm sure he made his play with that in mind.
I mean, Captain Han by himself won't. You need like a Han and Malos will be okay.
Yeah,
if you
that's
get,
what you're really looking for. It's Han and Malos.
Still no Falcon?
No Falcon. That's always frustrating. When it's like 2 turns in a row, you try and find your ship, and
Activate it both times. Yeah, that is shitty. So now, if he can't get any of those, he's gonna have to put another pilot on one of those ships if he wants to move in front. He drew Falcon before. Does he have it in hand still? Must have Miraxed it. Yeah, I don't think he has it, because I'm pretty sure it was in his hand at some point, but not positive. We got Sokol and Bastian, game 7.
Their second cup.
is this the second time they've played? Yeah, so. Do you know what the result was in the first one?
Bastian won the first time.
Okay.
They played sloppy.
This one looks pretty like it could go either way. They both kind of got their stuff set up.
Yeah, they're both
so.
playing pretty well. A lot better than I'd be playing.
K2SO has been deployed in front of the Emperor and Shizor and the Vigo.
Yep.
Matt was mindful and vocal about how sloppy he was the first
Ah.
time, so he's probably extra focused.
There we go. Yeah, it seems like they're both playing pretty well. I haven't seen a ton of mistakes.
Yeah, so we're hearing that Matt lost the first meeting between these 2 players and blames himself for sloppy play. So he's got some redemption on the line here, perhaps, trying to make up for his.
Is there a run Luke run in Bastian's hand?
Yeah, I think there is.
So we got K2SO, he can battle there, and then run Luke run over. And I don't think that U3PO would be able to follow on a run Luke run move.
No, it's only move phase, yeah.
Yeah, this definitely looks like it could be a run Luke run.
I know I saw it in there earlier, but he's been Miraxing a bunch. He might have thrown it
Another
back. Oh,
pilot.
nope, it's right there, the white border card.
Another pilot just landed on the Polster skate. It's probably Wedge.
Yeah, I think it was Wedge. And K2 initiates a battle. Matt Sokol gets the first opportunity to respond before Bastian plays his run Luke run.
Thanks, Jeremy. Yeah, so run Luke run over into the battle. And now he's power +2, right? From the
Right,
Luke
so
run.
that's a power 10 Luke and a power 4 K2. Versus 12 power from the dark side. Bastian trying to decide which character he wants to point that lightsaber at.
I imagine Emperor or Shizor.
Yeah, those are the big juicy forfeit
I don't know what his
values.
draw is.
Going for Shizor. That'll do it.
He went for the Vigo.
Oh, really?
That's the card that got
I thought he pointed at Shizor. Huh.
At least, I don't know. Maybe he didn't know what his draws were going to be, so he wanted to play it safe.
Shizor's still Shizor's only
Shizor's
3.
only
It's
a
still
Destiny,
pretty
yeah,
safe.
defense value 3.
And they got the same forfeit value, so I guess. But I mean, Shizor's Shizor. He's the Dark Prince, man. He's the guy you want to kill. It's an interesting choice, though.
I mean, it's,
Sure,
more
he has his
guaranteed
reasons.
hit, but Emperor, I think, with the draws that he had.
Anyways, we'll see if Matt Sokol wants to take an action in this battle. I'm not sure what it could possibly be. I mean, I have you now would be great, but I don't think it's a card he's running.
Yeah. Maybe the versions that run Crush might have.
Yeah, it looks like just some Battle Destiny flips, an Emperor, which gets 1 subtracted from it. And it looks like Bastian drew Wisa for a 5, so Bastian's going to be 19 power. And Matt Sokol is going to be 19 power as well, I think.
So yeah, Bastian's Destiny would be a 6.
Oh, right, so Bastian's actually 20. Shizor and the Vigo cover that 6. And Luke is immune to the 5 that Sokol drew because it was subtracted 1 from their tracking us.
You would have been immune up to...
Luke's immune less than 5, less than 6 if he's alone or armed with a lightsaber, less than 7 with both. In this case, he was not alone, he was only a 6, so I think that's why Bastian did the -1, was to make sure Luke's immunity didn't get cracked.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But now that he's alone again, he's back to being immune to 7.
Is he alone still? Yeah, I guess
He is now, yeah, because K2
K2's
died.
out of play. 'Cause he doesn't go to Lost Pile. K2 always goes out of play.
Oh, yeah. Doesn't he do something when he dies? All those Rogue One guys do.
The opponent can't move
Opponent
away
can't
from
move. Nice.
when he dies.
Not that it was his turn anyways,
Yeah.
so wasn't really an option. So, I mean, Matt lost a couple of his guys there, but still he's got quite the stack at the Cantina, and he's got his 2 ships at Endor, so he's still in decent shape.
Yeah. So the Outrider and the Pulsar Skate are going to move in
Yep.
front of the Ellis and Hintra and the Zuckuss and Miss Hunter.
That's both ships.
Yep.
7 ability piloting, though,
Yep.
so that's all that matters. At least as far as Zuckuss is concerned.
Yeah, at least he's good around Zuckuss, and now the Emperor is staring at a Luke. So we'll see the Emperor probably move away.
Yeah, or maybe just
Maybe he'll fight.
like a Force Lightning used and a Dengar or a P59 or something might do the trick, though. Probably lose your Emperor doing that, but I'm sure he's got more of those.
Yeah, probably about 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah. At least if you can afford that many. Those guys are fetching a pretty penny these days.
Yeah.
So I think we're still waiting actually on Bastian to finish his turn. Looks like he was doing some drawing there.
Okay. He's got his Admiral's Order, he's got Captain Han still. All Wings combo.
Looks like he's maybe gonna put a card back with Luke.
Yeah.
Sounds like he's really struggling with this decision.
Yeah.
Can hear him grunting through the wall.
Alright, so once again, you guys, thanks for joining us here on Game 7 here of Worlds. This is Jerry and Jan here providing commentary for our World stream today. Thanks for joining us. Hit that subscribe button that you see above the video playing if you feel like supporting our stream. What does Matt... that's not Kessel, it's Endor. And Matt has Zuckuss and Miss Hunter and Ellis and Hintra. Those are the 2 ships. That's right in our glare spot. We really just have like one spot of glare, but the rest of the computer screen is pretty good, but that little middle area is a little tough for us, so. Yeah, it's Suckus and Mist Hunter and Ellis and Hinthra. I don't think there's any other pilots there.
Yeah, it's just the 2 ships parked at Endor.
So that's only like 6-8 power. And plus there's that Dash and Outrider, which would reduce power anyway, so not the best.
So
That's a Django Fett, I believe, came to join the Emperor.
yep,
And Baniski, pilot instructor.
he's a pilot instructor.
Yeah, Rolling Snakes. The AOBS deck ran an Endor system.
Yeah, he's just kind of floating in, I guess, as a second battleground.
Yeah, so I mean, even though we've seen a bunch of Agents builds, they've all had their own little unique
Yeah,
twists
there's
to them.
definitely a lot of ways you can take the deck.
Must be a meta call.
Yeah, I can't quite figure it out. I mean, it's definitely a solid system, obviously, but it's like, why not just go to Coruscant?
Yeah. Or at least play a system that your ships can travel between.
Yeah.
Something that's 4 or 5 parsecs from Coruscant, not 8 parsecs, you know? Not the planet that it's furthest from.
So I think Matt Sokol is activated down to 3 force, which are the same 3 that were in his use pile on Bastion's turn. So I think he's got a 6 sitting on top for this battle.
Blast the Door Kid.
Yeah, Blast the Door Kid is played again.
That was at least the second time. Or was he going to dodge?
Oh, changed his mind.
So he dodged back over to where?
Yep, which causes a couple of damage from firepower. But yeah, Luke didn't want any of that action.
Nope.
So, out of here.
He's moving a spaceship back over to Tatooine. I guess he was never over there, but Darkseid's moving over to Tatooine.
Yeah. Oh, right, because it's not interior. You can't blast the Door Kid.
Ah.
So play dodge as an alternative.
And I was actually going to note this, but Boba Fett Bounty Hunter didn't have the ability to pay for the maintenance, so he's gone. So now he's also got the situation in the canteen again, where it's just a row.
Yeah.
And Iggy.
That is not a good combo.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Duro pulls Ziggy, but
He likes someone else.
they don't play very nicely
with
together.
some ability.
And Bastion just double checking his activation. Making sure he gets this right.
I imagine we're probably pretty close to being done with this round, or this game.
Yeah, we're probably getting close to time. It's hard to tell from the angle we have, but it seems like Bastion is really far ahead in life force for some reason.
That's what it looks like to me.
And he keeps putting these ping drains on. Can you give us a ballpark life force count if you got a second, Jedi Jer?
Yeah, Jeremy, if you see...
Don't bug the players
Don't
to
bug 'em,
count,
just
but
say, hey, just
yeah, if you
give us
can,
an estimate, like, oh, Bastion's
if
got
you
20
hear them
and
counting,
Matt's
or
got 10.
just can give us a guess.
Bastion has more? Okay.
Yeah, Bastion's definitely up on life force. 'Cause, I mean, Matt Sokol activated almost his entire reserve deck last turn.
Yeah. So he moved over, and now he's actually going to move his guys in front of that cantina.
Yep, he's
Now
still
that
got
Boba Fett Bounty Hunter is gone.
still got Chewie and Elors there.
It's Theron.
Is it
and
Theron
Ellis.
that Chewie died?
Chewie got sent to the use pile.
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah.
So
For
it's
some reason I thought
Theron-
it was Theron died,
it's
but yeah, it's
Theron
Theron
and
Elors. Either way, 2 Battle Destiny, no bowcaster, but... And something just got grabbed there. I think maybe it was a masterful move or a force lightning. No, it's not force lightning. I think it might have been a masterful move, non-combo. I didn't quite see what it was before they buried it underneath the grabber. Yeah, it was a masterful move. Thank you. So I think Matt was just trying to cycle some used interrupts and set up some high destiny for his turn, and Bastian grabs it to counter that. Just keep that destiny 6 from hitting the use pile and coming back to be drawn for destiny next turn.
What is up with the two? Is it one both at bounty hunter in the lost pile?
Yeah, there's one out of play pile and one in lost pile. Because yeah, once
confusing.
once he's out of play, may as well pitch the other
Is that a
copy you're
surprise
holding, right?
assault? Oh wow, he just played surprise assault and got a 7, a 4, and a 5.
Oh boy.
Surprise
Versus
assault. So Bastian just plays surprise assault on the
7.
fourth
But that's
street.
only like 3 cards.
Yeah.
4 cards. But yeah, I mean, it cancels a drain and makes them lose about 4 cards instead.
Lose 3.
I think it was 4 because all his guys are. No, Banis is only a 3, so yeah, it might have even been 5 cards.
Yeah, that will
not
probably
not
actually-
not an insignificant number.
That will probably
Yeah, that was
But-
pretty big.
surprise
That
assault.
was
I thought I saw
awesome.
him draw
That
a
was
surprise
awesome.
assault, but I was assuming it was a card that I mistook for a different one. Pull that surprise assault shield.
Yeah,
Come on,
they're throwing
Sokol.
some curveballs at us this game.
Bastian with the surprise assault. That's pretty
Yeah,
sweet.
that really might be a good game. Matt Sokol's life force looks really low, like 8 to 10 cards low.
Yeah, it looks pretty bad. He's gonna put Forlom out. Is that P59 and Forlom that he put down to
Yep.
Cantina?
Yeah,
I guess he could play it again, yeah.
play it out of lost pile. That's great.
There's a shield against counter assault there, isn't there? Surprise
No, I
assault?
don't think there is. It's not so. Alright, so it looks like a fight in the cantina, and Elor's got sent to the use pile, so it's a big pile of droids versus Theron Net. 3 droids and Jawa. Sounds like a bad band name.
So, I mean, Bastian's got to have a Hujix for this, otherwise this could be kind of shitty for him.
Yeah, it could be. He's peeling some
He's
cards.
peeling cards.
3, 4, 5. 'Cause I mean, Theron would have been power 2.
Forfeit, like, 6 or something with the objective.
Yeah, forfeit 6. That's 10. Who's that third droid in the middle there?
Forlom.
That's game.
So
I
we have
guess,
a
yeah.
handshake Sokol conceding,
Yeah,
I
I
believe.
think Sokol scoops that one. That battle helped a little bit, but not enough.
Not enough to make it.
Man, that was a crazy game.
Yeah, it was
that one.
pretty- the surprise assault. I'm gonna go give some crazy tech for surprise assault. So yeah, we'll have our last game of the day here as soon as we can bring it to you guys.
Probably starting in 20 minutes or so, if I would
Thank you.
guess.
It's gonna be here anyways. Yeah.
Hello, Star Wars players. If you're here, you can hear me. This is Jerry, Queso Sauce 37. We are about to start our last game of today of the regular scheduled 8 games. If there's a play-in game to be shown, we will be showing you that. Our last game of the regular tournament will be Steve Brentson and Justin Carulli. Both of these players are currently sitting at 5-2.
Yep, that's correct.
So the winner of this match will be guaranteed at least a chance for a play-in, and the loser of this match will probably be eliminated from the top 8.
Yeah, that's why we chose it, because these guys are
This is a
both
do
pretty
or
much
die
on the
sort of
bubble.
match. So yeah.
So, should be a lot on the line, a lot to play for. Should make for a good game of Star Wars cards, hopefully.
Yep. So get your popcorn ready, and we'll be here.
That's Brentson there at the bottom of
Yeah.
our screen, playing agents. And
Yeah.
like I said, we were trying to choose the matchup for this one, and it ended up being agents versus throne room again. But we're trying to pick a bubble match somewhere where, it's
I don't know
win
what
and in.
Justin's playing for light. He might not be playing.
Oh, is it not throne room? Okay, cool. So it's definitely agents for something, though. We'll find out shortly.
Yeah, I'll be like typing on my phone, so I can't see what's going on screen. So I don't know, like, oh, I'm typing
Yeah.
something, I don't see what you guys are seeing, and then there's a delay. Like, when I type it,
Yeah.
you guys see it.
Yeah, it was funny a few times. It's like we would say something, and then you would just chime in and chat with exactly what we said right after. Oh, good old delays.
All right. So looks like for light side it's Hitco.
Okay, we haven't seen this matchup yet, right?
No, our Hitco.
We've
that
seen
we
a
had
Hitco
earlier
play,
was,
but it was against
Entanglements.
entanglements, yeah. So Hitco versus Agents is a new matchup, and Agents is obviously the deck of the day today. It's a very full field of this objective.
AOBS and TRM.
Yeah, yeah.
TRM variants.
What surprises me is I've hardly seen any old allies today. That's one thing that's real shocking.
So with me, joining me is Mr. Jan Westergaard is also here. So you're hearing my voice and Mr. Jan.
How's everybody doing? Welcome to the final game of the Swiss portion of
Final
the
game of
2018 World Championship
So
of
like-
Star Wars cards.
Yeah, like we said, these two players are both 5-2. So the winner of this match
Yeah, and they were
Well,
among the lower strength of schedules
yeah,
too.
yeah,
So
we took
the
them.
winner of this game is probably going to be in or have a play in, and the loser
will
is
be done.
probably done for the weekend. Yep.
We will probably have, I think, at least 2 players that finish at 7-1. The way I saw it set up, I think.
Yeah.
We have, because I think we have 4 6-1s that are all playing each other right now, if I remember correctly. But
Yeah, we can do some research on this.
okay,
but yeah,
I
that
don't know
sounds
what it is
correct.
with the microphones, but this is as loud as it gets. So. Sorry, guys. It's never really been an issue before, but it seems on our end everything is working fine. Maybe I was muted there. Okay. Sounds like that was better. Maybe I was muted.
Oh, shit. Am I muted? I keep doing that. No, I'm not muted.
Yeah, it's flashing if you're muted. Is that better, Raccoon? Okay. So that
Just
is
starting with the JCC on the table.
Is that a Chris? It's Crush the Rebellion, wipe them out, all of them, and Shadow of the Empire.
Yep.
What,
That's,
Jeremy, what card
It's
is
Prophecy
on?
of the
Prophecy. And yeah, okay.
yeah. So the two cards you can't really see because of the glare. That's the JCC,
and
and
Prophecy.
the effect that starts on it. Prophecy of the Force. We got some nice Jeff Johns artwork on Brentson starting effect there.
Nice. Yeah, it was good to see him back to this year with a bunch of new cards and artworks. We got a Shizor's Palace come out for Dark Side.
You think Shizor walks to the left or to the right into the JCC? Like that fat drain of 3 turn 1 is awfully tempting.
But I mean, it could be turned off with simple tricks and nonsense, or
Yeah, yeah,
But I
it's,
think
it's
he-
probably too risky, but
yeah.
it's fun to think
It's
about.
tempting. Maybe if he has, because he is starting crush, if he has the opening hand presence of the force, then maybe I
Yeah.
like that play a little bit better. So, Dark Side plays Dark Time for the Rebellion. Activate another force to get the Emperor out. Vigo, Imperial Decree, and the Sewer from hand. Okay.
Man, it's quite a hand.
Yeah.
That must be the Coruscant Vigo since he deployed for free.
Yep.
And of course, Black Sun agents move free to Shizor's palace, so those guys just slide on over there in the move phase, consolidate the forces, pick up a Force Lightning. Then I expect we'll see him pass the turn and activate a Force off wipe.
Yep.
And we'll see how Carulli's turn 1 is going to shape up. Pulling another Force Lightning and an Invader
Invader.
combo with Crush the Rebellion. Man, were those both from hand? Boss Nass Chambers and the farm from hand from
I believe
Carulli.
they were.
Yeah, haven't seen him go into the
So
reserve
he's
deck
running the
yet.
farm card start like we saw Joe Olson.
Yeah, his 3 starting effects are, of course, Walkling, like my father before me, and I Must Be Allowed to Speak, the card that pulls the Lars Moisture Farm and gives you some used file searches when you play Luke, Leia, Lando, and Chewie.
All the mains except for Han.
Yeah, except for Han, because he was frozen in carbonite at the time. Brentson is pulling out Fanfare in Carulli's turn, almost certainly in order to fetch Shizor's bounty.
We've seen this once or twice before.
This is a play I recognize.
All right.
Looks like Carulli's got a Luke in his hand, so he's probably going to come down somewhere.
Yep.
Probably the sewer. Yep, there he
Yep.
goes.
There goes the sewer.
I also saw a lightsaber in Carulli's hand. We'll see if he plays that one or tries to fish one out of the reserve. He plays
So
that
he's
one.
playing it from hand.
Might have had. Do you have both? Man.
Oh, he's got both in hand.
Man, it seems like
Dang.
Carulli had a really bad draw, picking
Yeah.
up like all the cards he could pull. I mean, Boss Nass Chambers is good, but
Well, not the farm.
the
not
farm
the
and two
lightsabers.
lightsabers and picks up a Wisa, which can pull the battle planes now. But he just
He probably
chooses.
doesn't run the battle planes with the farm.
Yeah.
Most versions that run the battle the
Either
farm-
way, he looked at that card and then opted to put it back with like my father before me. So that Wisa is still the one card in
Luke
his.
loves shit.
Huh.
Okay.
So some
Weird.
nice input from Jedi Jerry
Weird
there.
to see Jeremy using a bad word.
Yeah.
Usually he doesn't do that.
Somebody should go wash that man's mouth out with soap.
Let's go tell his wife about it.
Yeah. All right, so Brentson is activated. Looks like he's getting 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards plus the one from wipe. He's probably got about 10 force to play with this turn. What's he putting his Force Lightnings back with? How's he keep pulling them out?
Maybe he just has a lot of them.
Does he just run 3 Force Lightnings?
Yeah. 'Cause I don't see any Forlom or any other way that he could. Trash compactor flashbacks. Hey, what's up, Kimura? Good to see ya. Thanks for chiming in.
Oh, I guess maybe he was flipped there for a turn, so he might have thrown one back with the backside of his objective.
yeah.
He got his force pile or something. 'Cause I really don't think he's running 3 Force Lightning.
Yeah, 'cause he would've been
We can see
flipped.
2 of them there in his hand.
He's
But
just
yeah,
drawing cards.
3 seems ridiculous.
Any players from Gemp on here? I'm sure there's a lot of players from Gemp who are in the chat.
I expect most of the chat has probably played on Gemp at one point or another in their lives, but
There are a
I'll
few.
let them answer for themselves.
There are a few players who maybe play more just on Gemp.
All right, so Brentson puts out another shield, the Oppressive Enforcement Shield, which actually makes Shizor's bounty deploy for free, as it's an immediate effect. And then he goes ahead with a force push to take a card of his choice out of his force pile in exchange for 2 others from his hand. And a good morrow to you, Andy.
Andy. Been so long since I seen anybody.
Yeah,
gotta come.
it's been a minute. Hey, we're happy to be here. I'm just glad you're enjoying it.
Hey man, somebody's got to be here doing this for the community and keeping everything. We were talking earlier, like how nice would it have been if we had commentary all the way back from like
Yeah, we could go
2000,
back to some of those
you know?
early World Championship
So
games
we
from
just
the
wanna
late
make sure that
90s and
in
early
10, 15 years,
2000s.
when
And
you want to see Brentson playing versus Justin Carulli, you can still do that because it's important to have all this stuff saved. This is our
for
this is our history.
posterity.
This is our history, And
So I believe Brentson is settled on the card he wants there. I didn't see what it was, though. He's putting two back. Looked like he put back his Gik combo and something else in favor
I think it was the
of...
Force Lightning.
Oh, yeah,
Had to
probably
go
put
back.
those Force Lightnings back. That would make a lot of sense.
Yeah, at least one of them was the Force Lightning. I'm pretty sure of that. So we got the Feline's Fist, maybe, was the card he pulled?
Yeah, I didn't get a good look at it,
It's going up
but...
to space now.
And then
He's
the
gonna pull
Vigo
the
shuttles
Vigo
up
up
to
down.
get the icon, because you need a Black Sun agent. The ship alone is not enough to turn Coruscant into a battleground.
So now he's got
But
battle
that-
plan set up.
Yeah, he sets up battle plan, and he's at Shizor's palace. I was going to say it'd be drain +1 if he was at the uplink station, but he's at the palace. But yeah, he's also really light at the palace, too. Like, that's just the Emperor and Shizor there. I mean, he's got the bounty in his hand, so that's some measure of protection if
And also, I mean,
Carulli
that-
doesn't have a control.
Are Vigos pilots?
Vigos are not pilots.
Okay. So the
But-
Feline's Fist is still only has
Feline Fist has 4 abilities.
4 ability, but
So it's going to draw. It's still got its immunity. The Vigo's just there because he's a Black Sun agent,
yeah.
and you need him to turn the icon on, to turn on the light icon.
Well, it gives one of each, right?
No,
The system?
not just light,
Oh, as soon as I thought it added one of each.
I think. Oh, no, it does have one of each here. Right?
Yeah.
For the dark side. When the light side controls it, it just
Yeah,
adds
yeah,
the light
yeah,
side
yeah.
icon. Is he a pilot? No, he's not.
No, he totally is. I see that.
No, he's a pilot. Man, I'm stupid. Jesus, I don't know my cards at all. What am I doing here?
That's all right.
Just fire me.
I can't fire you. I don't pay you anything. Prophecy of the Force now moves over to Luke's site because he drained at the sewer.
Yep. What, you need like total ability greater than 5 or something for it to relocate?
I think you just have to have a character of ability greater than 5. Or 4.
No, I think they changed it to total ability. That way scrub decks don't get blown out by it, because that was really disadvantageous for scrub decks. They kept Scum had no way to play around it. Besides Mara Jade.
Prophecy.
Yeah. Okay,
the
yeah,
virtual
so
version isn't a pilot of the Vigo, but the
yeah,
regular
yeah. So non-virtual Vigo is a pilot and a warrior. Virtual Vigo is neither.
All right, let's see how Justin responds.
I think he's just going straight to draw phase already.
Yeah,
Paid 3 for that drain, relocated the prophecy, and
picked up a bunch of cards. A lot of cards.
oh, he's got somebody at the JCC now. I think Yoda might have come out.
Yeah, it's probably Yoda. Jedi, can you confirm, Mr. Jeremy, can you confirm the character at the JCC? We're pretty sure it's Yoda, Master of the Force.
That old mofo.
He is a mofo. Plus, yeah, he's just pulled
Is
the
that a
control
control
tunnel
tunnel
vision.
vision?
So
Yep.
It's definitely Yoda mofo, then.
So, Carulli answered our question for us. So yeah, that control tunnel vision is going to be real handy for whenever he decides to attack Shizor, cancel that bounty.
Cancel Shizor's bounty. So now he's playing a. Is that a Hut Smooch combo? Defensive Fire Hut Smooch combo?
That is defensive fire hut smooch. Probably included as tech against a gift, which can really hamstring agents what they're trying to do sometimes. However, not likely to be needed here.
How many players are attending? We had 69 for the main event. We've had a few drops since then, but 69 was the total at the start of day 1 today, or day 2 today. So go ahead and get the all your 69 jokes out of the way.
We've been hearing them all day.
I really wanted one more just so we'd have 70.
Kind of sliding some stuff off camera
He's
there.
got the other course in sight.
There we go. Thanks, Jeremy.
Ah, yeah, you're a peach. That's perfect.
Yep, perfect. Just like that. It's beautiful.
Thanks, guys.
All right, so P59 comes down to the uplink station.
Okay. The newly deployed uplink station. And he's just going to draw.
Yeah, Brenston's feeling pretty confident here. Let's see, he's holding a gick, so I mean that's a good reason to feel
Does he
confident.
have, is Shadows of the Empire now in effect?
Yeah,
P59?
yeah, he's got his shadows ping. That's probably what that was. He wasn't drawing cards. He was pinging with shadows.
King of Shadows, yeah. Yeah, there's
So
the
it's still
card.
his deploy
Instead of
phase.
rescuing the clouds. Yeah.
Yep, rescuing the clouds is peeled off the top of Justin Carulli's reserve deck. It is no longer in reserve. It is lost. And picking up more Force Lightnings. Must have like 8 of those in his hand by now.
I'm pretty sure he put at least one in the back with that force.
I
push.
kid.
But yeah.
I'm sure Brentson has no more than 2 Force Lightnings in his deck list.
Yeah, 2 seems like a good number.
Yeah. We'll see if he keeps deploying here. Okay, I think this is actual draw phase draw now. So he is just going real light now. Just, man,
He's drawing a lot of cards, though. Must be looking for something because he's definitely just picking up cards.
yeah, I expect we're going to see some kind of counterplay from Carulli attacking him
So
somewhere
Brentson
this
by now
turn.
must have like a good sized hand.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
he drew a lot.
and he's
of
been
cards
just
on that
cycling
turn.
those Force Lightnings too. Keep picking them
Yeah.
out.
So
But yeah, let's see what we got.
he's
Escape.
gonna place guy. Is there gonna be a Grimtash? Because like I said, dude, he has a huge hand.
Oh yeah, that could be real painful.
I mean, Brentson just drew a gigantic hand.
You make out what it looks like a Hoochix to me.
Looks more like a Hujix. Jeremy, can you confirm what Djarik was?
I'm sure we'll
pulled?
see it in a second. As soon as he picks it up to put it in his hand. Oh, maybe not. But yeah, that looks a lot like a Hoochix.
Jeremy, yeah, what was the card he pulled with Escape Pod? Okay. So it was a Hujix he pulled with Escape Pod, not.
Yeah. Probably gave Brenston a bit of a start, though.
Yeah. Oh, you drew that big hand? Alright, here's a Grimtash for you.
Throat got real dry all of a sudden. Alright, so Carulli pays 3 to initiate a force drain. I
don't
think
s-
it's... Yeah, I don't see
Shield-
resistance in play.
He's shield busted, at least national. Ooh, always thinking with your stomach.
It's not an exterior site.
Oh, it's not an exterior site. You were right. Go sewer. It's your birthday.
Is he shield busted? I only see 3 shields in play.
Fanfare,
Oh,
grabber,
fanfare. It's a
battle
different
order.
color, so
Yeah.
it looked weird to me. Yeah,
Yeah.
so he is shield busted. Cannot get resistance out, because that's a drain of 4 right there, right?
Oh, because of Prophecy, you're
Yeah,
right. it is a
Prophecy's
drain
there,
four.
so
Oh, yeah.
Prophecy,
It might
the
have been a
lightsaber, and the
misplay
2
from Brentson.
icons.
He might have been depending on that, always thinking with stomach.
Yeah, I mean, that oppressive enforcement is looking a lot less appealing right now when, when resistance would save you 2 force.
I mean, sure he has a cold feet or some other way to get some stuff out, but
I'm sure I don't know. It does seem to be pretty standard. Most decks running something to get an extra shield out.
yeah.
Especially if he's just wasting pulls all willy-nilly on oppressive enforcement of all cards. So he's lost, what so far, IG-88?
IG-88, and I think one other card from hand.
And then Peel's Tarkin's Bounty.
No, it was just drain to 4, so it was just
So
the
it was
IG.
IG-88 and 3 off the top, which were Tarkin's Bounty, Imperial Barrier, and some other red card I missed. Maybe a Kintan Strider combo or something.
All right. So we'll see what Justin does now. I mean, he's doing a lot of drain of 4, since resistance isn't pulled. It's pretty decent, but you have to wonder what the
Yeah, that
Phil,
was a
finish the last
painful
game?
drain.
I am officially eliminated from defending the world title.
what was your,
Oh,
what
no.
was your record today? 5-3. All right, Phil just finished, and he finished at 5-3. So he will probably not be
Not be repeating as world champion this year.
Against non-agents decks at 0-3 with throne room against agents.
3-0 against.
5-0 against everything else and 0-3 against agents.
Yeah. All three of his losses.
Is there more decks?
All three of his
besides
losses
agents in
coming
Throne
from
Room? I haven't
agents.
seen-
That's what I'm playing.
Seen a few hit goes.
Yeah, we got Hitco and AOBS right now. Sensing the
Gick combo. I'm not sure what the Gick combo was doing initially, though. Canceling a.
Canceling an Ellis? Yeah, he's
Ellis, okay, yeah.
Abram leadsing over.
Yeah. Yeah, so he played an A run to get Luke in front of P5-9. Brentson tried to cancel it with a Gick combo.
And then we've also got, is that a solo?
It looks like solo, yeah. So Carulli sensed the Gick combo, so his Ellis still goes through, and now he's piling on with solo.
So yeah, this looks pretty good. He swings, hits P59.
Yep.
P59 shoots at solo.
Two plus one is not enough. Solo is not hit.
Solo is safe. Draws a 6 for Battle Destiny, which is a 7 with the Luke effect.
Yep. Brentson also draws a 6, so Brenston's got 10 power to.
Yeah, he could have just gicked after the battle instead of
15,
canceling
19.
the Abram.
Yeah. Oh right. I was like, oh, he's fine because he's holding the Gick, but he's not holding the Gick anymore.
He's got a stack of card on conflict.
And he's down by 9, I
He's gonna
think.
lose that.
Plus 9, I think.
Plus 9. Tom Kelly and Chris Kelly are not related.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, one is a Red Sox fan and one is a Yankees fan.
Yeah, so
No relation.
oil and water.
Yeah.
They are playing each other at the moment. We had a chance last round with Justin and Matt Carulli playing against
Oh
each other.
man, and one of the cards he peels,
Was
the
it a
battle
Gick?
damage, was his other Gick.
His other Gick.
Oh no, that's a Monarch
That's a
combo.
Monarch, he
Never
did a
mind.
combo. So
That would've
that's
stung a
pretty
little bit.
devastating for
Yeah,
the
that
right side
hurts,
player.
man. Especially when he had the Gick. And he played the non-immune descents form of it.
Yep.
Brentson, poor guy, he's probably kicking himself. I know he can be kind of hard on himself sometimes. He shouldn't be though. He's a very good player.
He is a very good player.
But
And he
it's
wouldn't
it's
be-
understanding
he
on how
wouldn't
it
be
goes
5
when
and
you
2 in
make
Worlds if he
mistakes.
wasn't a good
Yeah,
player.
exactly. He deserves to be here. But yeah, that one's got to sting a little.
I see him on Gemp all the time too, so I know he's well practiced. He's activating it all.
Mm-hmm. No reserve deck.
So we can drain for 1 in space and then 2 on grade.
No, it's just one on the ground.
But then Prophecy would move over there.
Yeah, it would steal the prophecy away.
But I guess Luke's not at the site where the Prophecy is anyway, so. Yeah, Tom Kelly wasn't always known as Tom Kelly.
So did they just forget to move the prophecy, it looks like? I'm sure Brentson did his drains. I think they just forgot to move prophecy.
Yeah.
Because Emperor's there, he's definitely had enough ability to move it. And there's no reason he wouldn't drain.
That's correct.
Satisfying battle plan and all.
Oh, projection is on that site, apparently.
Okay, but he could still drain for 0, though, and move prophecy over there if he wanted.
That is true.
Yeah, projection is some good tech. I've heard a lot of players talking about for countering agents. Just kind of takes away their ping drains on Coruscant.
Afra to the Naboo Boss Snatch Chambers is a big play. That could
Yep.
help a little bit. And we got U3PO.
Picks up.
We're waiting for him to make his appearance in
Yeah, I
this
think
Agents
he
game.
just came out of Lost Pile with Afra.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, we've seen him
We've seen U3PO, I
like
think, in
almost
game.
every game. I think. Yeah,
Yes,
I'm trying.
except for the Imperial Entanglements.
Yeah,
deck.
Tangles we didn't see
play
him.
it, but all the other games have had.
He's quite the ubiquitous little protocol droid.
But yeah, Justin looks like he's in a pretty good spot here. We'll see how he can respond to the Afra and the Probot.
Yeah, I mean, Brenston's doing okay on the board. He's a little lightly deployed, but he's got a system and a sight, and he's got his
behind on
important
life force,
characters
that's for
down.
sure.
But yeah, because of that beatdown, he's got a hole to dig himself out in as far as life force goes.
But yeah, with the U3PO, that cancels.
Yeah, I
all
mean,
of
he's
the
not taking any
that-
damage right now.
That Justin was doing.
So that's something.
So, see how Justin can come up with a solution for that, whether it be. That was the Shadow Straw, I believe. So now Justin's going to lose a ray with lightsaber off top. Ubiquitous. What a lovely word.
I'm glad you approve. I hope I used it correctly. I was kind of
There's
taking
Jyn Erso
taking a shot in the dark
being
there.
deployed as an undercover spy or not?
She's
upside down.
she's facing the dark side player, so I think she's undercover. I mean,
Yeah.
that can obviously change very quickly in the deploy phase. But
And then
given
he's gonna
her
move
given her
U3PO.
orientation, I'm inclined to think she's undercover.
I agree. I think if you're deploying her non-undercover, then she battles. You know. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
okay, Force Lightning
Just to cycle it.
to cycle it.
As Carulli replenishes his hand, up to about 10 cards. It looked like 8 to 10 cards. Brentson still has a solid chunk of cards in his
Yeah.
hand, too. Oh, man, look at that. I got applause from an English teacher.
Building up to the beatdown at
Yeah,
Boss Snatch
that
Chambers.
definitely is possible, because, I mean, it's a character that can't be battled or interfered with, and he can just break her cover and add more guys next turn, and Afra's not drawing to Destiny, so...
Well, and especially now that you've seen Probot come out, you'd know that Probot's not going to be able to break Jyn Erso's
Right.
cover. So you're going to be depending upon other ways of doing that.
Jyn Erso. 14 cards in Justin's hand right now.
Okay, so pretty big hand from.
He pulls 3PO up out of his reserve deck by playing Were You Looking For Me? I expect we'll see him hit the table and some, oh no 3PO this turn, just to recycle.
So with the projection and the Jyn Erso, Brenson's doing 1 damage at.
Yeah, like I said,
and then the shadows. And if,
yeah, he's got the shadows ping going for sure. That's gonna help. And like I said, I think he can force drain for 0 at Jabba's palace and relocate
Shizor's
prophecy.
Palace.
I think Shizor's palace, right? Thank you.
Yeah, I think you could. I really think you could. I don't see. I guess I don't know the exact text of prophecy off the top of my head.
See what the card says.
Brentson with about 10 in life force and about 10 in hand.
Once per turn, if a player just force drained at a site with total ability greater than 5, relocate this effect to that site. So yeah, if he drains for 0, he
Yeah,
gets,
'cause you
gets
can
the
still initiate
effect,
a
which is
drain
what he
for-
should have done last turn, honestly. Because then the effect would be there now, and he'd be able to drain for 1.
Yep. Okay.
See if he makes the play this turn.
Brentson has so many cards in hand, but most of them look like they're red cards.
Yeah, so we just got to report Brenson's got 14 cards in his hand, then he's got about 10 in his
force.
reserve deck. So he is definitely getting pretty low on force. I think Carulli's got easily twice that amount in his reserve
Cad
deck.
Bane went to the farm.
Okay. Just trying to threaten some more damage, but he's spreading himself awful thin at the moment.
Yeah. Because, I mean,
And we know
Justin is going to be able to pick a spot for it.
we know Gick's grabbed over there.
Yep.
But, I mean, he's getting those pings off, whittling them down. I have the feeling it probably isn't going to be enough, especially if Justin has anything to battle with, which he has to by this point. He's just like played Luke and Yoda. He's got to have
Versus
Anakin and Obi at least.
Leia. And
Leia, yeah.
Rey. I guess we saw Rey with lightsaber get top deck, but yeah, there's got to be some more characters from Justin here soon. We've only really seen, I think, Solo, Luke, and Yoda.
Keep cycling the lightning. So Carulli has no drains to initiate this turn.
Yeah,
Luke's
U3POs.
blocked by U3PO. Yoda's at the JCC. Immune to revolution there.
All right, looks like that. Is that Saw Gerrera? That is Saw Gerrera.
Man, I don't even know what that guy does.
I don't either. I just know the
That's-
picture.
Turn to Gimp.
At least half the cards in Justin's hands are characters. Yeah, Saw Gerrera.
Saw Gerrera deploys for 4 and forfeits for 6. He's Destiny 2, Power 4, Ability 3. He's a warrior. His game text reads, attrition against opponent is +1 here for each of their characters present. Opponent may not reduce your force strains here. Once per game, if in battle with an Imperial or Rebel, may lose the top card of reserve deck to cancel a non-immune to sense interrupt.
It's kind of like Kirkanos for Dark Side. Kirkanos has a similar effect where you can cancel a
Does he?
interrupt.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not bad. He doesn't draw Destiny.
Saw
He's not a
Gerrera
pilot,
and
but
Chewie together is pretty good. There's 10 power and a Destiny, and so that should help clear out Cad Bane.
Yep, that should do it, I would expect. I don't think Cad Bane has any immunity, so.
Swing and hit. 3 and a 5 is the draws. Power Destiny a 4 or 5. Can't see what that card is. It looked like a Might of the Republic to me, but I don't know if that makes any
It's
sense.
Ella on the edge.
Oh, it's Hear Me Baby Hold Together.
Hear Me
for 5.
Baby. So Brentson stacks another card on Conflict for getting his butt kicked in that battle. Oh, he does have another Gick. Look at that.
Wow.
Spending
he had the 2
two
Gicks.
to stack it on. Spending 2 to stack it on allegations of corruption. And Luke and U3PO continue their little dance.
Yeah. Just back and forth, back and forth.
Oh, maybe U3PO doesn't move. That was a Shadows ping. Not gonna move U3PO, Brentson. You got the force. Yeah, there he goes.
After about 10 hours of commentary, you start
Yeah.
to get 9 hours of commentary. You start to get a little tired.
There's just one more game to go. So Yoda's coming out of the JCC. He's moved over to the Imperial City, I think that is. Which, is that a train +1? I think it is. So now that Carulli has 2 battlegrounds to satisfy Coward, Yoda is moving out to threaten a little more damage, try and finish this game off.
So yeah, Yoda's gonna start draining there. Now that he's satisfied Coward. See if you can hold the fort down for like that. That's gonna come out.
Yep. Yeah, so Yoda is threatening a drain of 2 with the Imperial City there. The virtual version gives light side force drain +1. So we'll see how Brentson wants to handle this turn. The low number of cards in his hand and life force, his options are probably pretty limited. But he does have Shadows of the Empire still working for him, so keep pinging and maybe he can make something happen here. Looks like he's going into the tank, thinking about it real hard. Because as we said before, we chose this game because both these guys are right on the bubble. Winner is almost certainly eliminated from any kind of chance at making the top 8. I'm sorry, the loser is almost certainly eliminated from any chance at making the top 8. And the winner is going to be at 6-2, which should at least guarantee him a chance to play in. Okay, so Forlom goes to the city. He can cancel Yoda's game text, which obviously contains the phrase immune to attrition. However, he's going to need 4 ability to get a Battle Destiny if he wants that to have any kind of meaning. Because, yeah, Brentson really can't be taken 2-3 damage a turn from drains. With the amount of cards he has remaining to work with, he's got to be real tight. Man, and he still hasn't realized he can move Prophecy yet, which, I mean, isn't any huge thing, but, you know, every little bit counts. Anyways, yeah, he just doesn't have much he can do here, so moves the Probot away from Luke, cycles a Force Lightning, passes the turn. So I imagine we'll see Carulli pay for a couple drains here, at least the 2 at the Imperial City. Which I'm sure Carulli knows how Prophecy works, and he might relocate it over there, which would be pretty beneficial, turning it into a battleground and upping that drain by 1. We'll see if he decides to make that play or if he needs the 3 force to spend on other things.
Alright, I'm back. Sorry, I had to call my wife.
Yeah, nothing much happened. Probot ran away from Luke, and
Pretty predictable.
he deployed 4 LOM.
Is that another Ellis Hellrot?
No, that's a sorry about the mess on the U3PO.
On U3PO, there you go.
He's also got Yoda at the Imperial
I'm pretty
City,
sure he
and
has an
Brentson
imbalance combo.
just deployed a... Yeah, he probably lost it by this point, though. He's only got a handful of cards in his hand.
That's true.
So now he's spending 3 to drain with Luke at the uplink station, which
Still no resistance.
I think you get drain -1 unless Dash, Chewie, or Leia are there, so it's,
But he is
it's
going
a
to
2.
always think with his stomach that he had earlier.
Oh, he's still hanging on to that one.
And
Luke is missing.
Or does he have the
Does he have his shield out?
shields?
Oh, he does. Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah, so he has the shield. So he's just land speed equals
Yep,
0.
land speed 0.
It still cancels the drain at 3 though.
Yeah, yeah. Was it 3 or 2? It's like I said, that's the uplink station, right?
Okay, yeah.
The uplink station is drain -1.
Okay.
Yeah, and also the imbalance combo you mentioned, that was a non-combo proficient.
Oh right,
sorry
that was
about the
non-combo.
mess.
Sorry about the mess. I always forget that card cancels Blaster Proficiency, not sorry about the mess. Very few, I don't think any card actually cancels sorry about the mess. Or very few cards.
Yeah, I think there's something, but not something good. Okay, no,
Ray
I'm,
with lightsaber
I'm
against
wrong. The
Robot.
uplink station is drain 3.
Okay.
It's the palace that has that drain -1 text, I think.
So we got Ray and Padme react with Greedo.
Yep, not. I mean, I guess Ray can't swing her lightsaber now because he's out of force, so that's something.
It is something. And there's, well, he could use the Luke effect to add a.
Oh yeah, if he hasn't done that yet, he certainly
Luke's
could.
lightsaber
He
in
certainly
hand,
could
he could
use the
do-
Luke effect to get the extra force he needs to fire the gun. Lightsaber.
Which probably is worth it, I would think. Unless he already did that this turn.
Yeah, I don't think he has, but I haven't. I'm far from certain.
Well, that's only on your turn that you can do that. Right? You can't do that on the
It is
opponent's
his turn, right?
Oh yeah, you're right. It is his turn.
Anyways, looks like he's not doing that. We're just drawing Battle Destiny here.
Yeah, it doesn't matter really. You should still be able to clear.
Another battle lost there, so another card on the conflict.
The Probot and Greedo being so low power and low forfeit.
Probot covers 5. That should be enough for the attrition. I'm not sure what the power was at.
I mean, it should only be like power 8. Padme's 3 and Ray is 5.
Yeah.
So it looks like it was just Probot that he had to lose.
Yep, Probot covers. So he's going to actually back up a little bit before the Probot's lost. As a response to Padme going lost, he plays Kintan Strider combo and picks up his U3PO.
There you go. Does that go into hand or?
It goes in the hand, yeah, retrieving the hand. Brenson's putting up a fight here, man. He's definitely behind on life force, but he's giving it his all.
Yeah, he's not taking
Yeah, he's not quitting.
not taking no for an answer here.
And I think he's slowly catching up with those shadows pings.
Agreed. Because I mean, Lightside wasn't doing very much damage.
Yeah, I think Carulli just paid for the 1 drain at the uplink station. I don't think he paid for the drain of 2 at
The city.
over at the Imperial City. And also, neither player's been relocating Prophecy of the Force when they drain.
Yeah, that has been wildly ignored.
It's a tricky thing to remember.
Yeah. This is an advantage.
That's an
Nice.
interesting choice. That card is really sweet when it works, but it's very situational. It's kind of like a Pride of the Empire for ground characters.
Yeah, or Legend of the
So Justin still has at least 20 cards in his reserve
Legendary
deck,
Star Cards.
and Brenston's down to he's running on fumes, man. He's got a decent sized hand. He's got like 8 in his hand from what we can see here.
It just doesn't look like that reserve deck.
But
It's
yeah.
a card reserve deck just by looking at it from our side, but it definitely is bigger than what Brenson's got going.
Yeah, I think Brenston's working with like 7 or 8 in his life force plus 7 or 8 in his hand, and Carulli's got more than that in just
Yeah.
his life force. Plus he's got a
a big hand.
reasonably sized hand. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think it's
Django.
Django
The Lad
Unchained.
of Destiny against Ray
Yep,
with
he does
lightsaber.
that against EPPs. Permanent weapon characters.
But I think he only has 3 ability there with Probot and Django Fett, so he only has the 1 Destiny.
Oh right, that's Probot.
Because it's Probot,
He's showing us
And
an
he's-
Emperor Palpatine.
but he already has an Emperor
Yeah,
Palpatine on the
Emperor's
table.
still sitting at the Force Drain -1, Caesar's Palace. Draws a sense and an altar for Battle Destiny. That's Greedo, not the Probot.
Oh, it's Greedo.
Yeah, Probot got
Okay,
forfeited
that's
because
right. Okay.
Greedo didn't have enough forfeit to cover. So yeah, that's
Right.
2 Destiny.
So that is 2 Destiny. Cool. He draws,
I mean, 1 Destiny
he
would
did
have been
draw
enough
the
to clear
6.
Ray. Yeah. Django forfeits for 6 though. And Ray gets resilienced. right back to hand. Looks like Brentson chooses to forfeit all his guys. He forfeits Greedo first, so that he's not just leaving Greedo by
Yeah, 'cause
himself
this is
there,
his
which
turn.
yeah, makes
Like-
sense.
And we
That's-
know he doesn't
and you
have
know
any
he's
more
got Ray
gigs.
in hand, so you're just
We don't
asking
have
for
any
a
more
beatdown.
gigs, I'm
He's
pretty sure.
definitely out of gigs now. And I'll
So,
say
I
that
mean,
as loud as I want. I don't care if they hear me.
Yeah, this is.
They should both know that.
Yeah, this one I think we are kind of just waiting to see if how long Steve can stretch it out.
Yeah, it's almost it's gonna be a tough one. His cards, like almost sleeves, almost match the color of that line exactly.
Yeah. We can get rid of that too.
So yeah, Carulli's just paying for lots of drains now. That was 3 at the uplink station, 2 at the Imperial City. Looks like he might even pay for 1 over at the Moisture Farm.
Might as well.
Yeah, might as well.
You know, get those drains in.
Yep, just pushing that damage. I'm surprised this hasn't been something he's been doing earlier, honestly. He just paid for the Luke drain last turn and decided to play Ray
now
and,
he's putting
and,
Ray
and
out.
people in battle.
So now he's gonna break Jin Urso's cover, use Ray with lightsaber, and
Right.
try to kill Afra.
And this
here.
is probably going to just end the game on the spot, honestly.
We know we don't have any more Hoojixes, or sorry, Gix. So.
I mean, what's Jin? Power 4, so that's going to be
Jin's power 4, he draws 2 Lukes
9
for
and a
Destinies.
Destiny.
2 Lukes was the swing.
That was the Weapon Destiny, and then a Wazillions for Battle Destiny, so that's 15 to 3. So, yeah, that should be game.
That should be
be
it.
game here. Expect we'll see the handshake any moment.
Stack a card on conflict. Peel 15 overflow, and there it is.
Yeah. Well,
All right.
there you go. So,
So that
Brentson
was-
finishes this tournament at 5 and 3,
Yeah,
and
congrats to Justin Carulli there.
Carulli finishes at 6 and
6
2.
and 2. That's a pretty good performance.
Yeah, we'll
out of
see
him.
how his strength of schedule plays out and whether or not he needs to do a play-in game
Yeah, so
or if he.
everybody stay tuned. I know normally this is kind of when our stream would wrap up.
Yeah,
but
we've got
we
one more
will
bonus
most
game.
likely have at least one playoff or a play-in game for the top 8. So stay tuned to your
So
sets.
don't
and,
touch that dial.
Yeah, do not touch that dial. Go get some popcorn, and we'll be back as soon as we can with updates and information as to what that next game is.
Thanks
gonna
for watching.
be. Thanks, guys.